Sure, Masandawana, we are back with another installment of the Yellow Corner, and this time we bring you preview a bit different, man. We're only gonna have one preview. You may ask why. We are playing Royal 8 a.m. on Saturday, 5:30 in the afternoon, Komripe, in game week 26 of the DSTV Premiership, and then we're playing them on Tuesday next week away in KZN at Herikwala Stadium 7:30. So the turnaround time, and both games are league games. It wouldn't make sense to have previews, two previews for the same fixture. It's the difference is that one is away, the other is at home. So we're just going to have one preview. Hopefully, you guys understand. And today, I'm joined by a member of this podcast of this channel, Malums. How's it?
I'm very well, Aizo. Thanks once again to the Yellow Corner for hosting me and also for an extended invite from you as well. Thank you so much. I'm very well ready for this.
You need to stop saying these are invites and thanking us for extending the invites. What? When you are part of the finish at the Yellow Corner, man, you are you are one of us, man. So yeah, there are people that we invite. When you are a member of this team, man. But
Mm.
yeah, thanks, man, for joining me, man. Looking forward to it as always, man. Always get a great views when you are around. And I'm sure, I know Stephen will be the first one to comment. And Ari, you've been practicing English the whole night, waiting for the yellow gun. And yeah, now when I send him an invite, he turns my invites down. So yeah, man, hopefully we'll have him one of these days. But before we
I
start,
should,
man, yeah.
I should be his ghostwriter. Since well he doesn't want to appear, I must be his ghostwriter, and then he'll just read through the papers that I've been giving him.
Yeah, no, fair enough, man. Before we get into the preview, we need to congratulate Coach Milani on winning the Coach of the Month in April, man. Congratulations, Coach. Well deserved, man. Yeah, looking forward to you winning the big one. Um, After the season ends. They normally have the awards the first week after Ntone,
Eh,
the final Leonard Bank. So they
final.
probably have them ka bo ma di 89 ka weekend there the footy Twitter games. So
Games,
yeah,
yeah.
man, looking forward to that. Your thoughts on our game lay Golden Arrows yesterday, Malums?
Well, I just wanted to start by saying this, today, Hore. Can the teams start playing us? We are begging, like we are begging. Can they please start playing us? Because going to a match and then you find people are sitting in their half, whereas the field is 120 meters long, or even longer than that. Some of the fields, but you are just sitting there, 5 meters away from your goalpost. You are sitting there. When our teams are gonna start playing us, we would also love to see where our weaknesses, where can you crack us. But now teams are sitting there, they don't want to play us, and then the game starts get boring. You only see those launches. They launch one ball, they run. It gets frustrating. But nonetheless, I think we had a very good game, Masimawal. Now, like the first one was so brilliant to me, very brilliant, very brilliant. Just not converting those chances, getting the goals. It's another pain that's circulating around our team, our squad this season. We create those chances. It's not like we are not creating those chances. We are creating those chances, but like, I don't know why we are not converting those chances. Like Mawani, we were able to bypass that low block, get behind them, be able to see that target, test their keeper, or find ourselves in a way that you should be picking a spot and then just place it there. That keeper won't reach it, but we're just giving it to him. And then others, there's lack of composure, nyana. But I was happy with the performance last night. 10 men versus 11, but still, we pin you in your half. Coach Roy is so great, man. Coach Roy is so superb. You know, you don't get so many coaches doing that in this league. Once they are just 10 men down, they would opt to put two more defenders and then just sit and say, like, let's salvage a point. But we kept on knocking, we kept on playing in their half, looking for those 3 points. You know, finishing a game. I think it's about 10 games now, 10, if 9 or 5. We are finishing a game with only one center back. And then the rest of the players, it's just attacking players or midfielders. We're just playing with one center back. And then, yeah, now I enjoyed the match, but it would have been so great that you receive your guard of honor and then you get your 3 points. But nonetheless, a point is there, still undefeated. We march on.
Yeah, no, I agree with you with a majority of your points. I just disagree with your complaints about the low block. Now I've accepted, no, it will be upon us to break it, man. I've accepted that a majority of teams that we play will play on a low block, and that's how they play. And funny enough, like you said, we actually broke the low block. I think poor finishing let us down. But yeah, I really think we really played well, man. I'm really proud of the boys. The performance was absolutely brilliant, man. Just poor. The finishing was criminal yesterday, man. But I'm not gonna get harsh on Majuga. We played really well. And one player that I wanna take my head off to, okay, Thembingo Siloch. I think Thembingo Siloch is now a Sundowns player, man. I think he feels like a Sundowns player. I was actually surprised when he was taken off, So I was really, really impressed with Lodge, The downside there, game one, it's the 2 injuries to Grantele Lucas. I think they are both hamstrings, and I really, really hope for it. They are not serious, especially Lucas, because at the back, I think we can be okay. We can't afford to play another cup final without Lucas. And I hope he comes back way earlier than the final, because you don't want him to come back the week in the final where he's not able to build match fitness. Hopefully he can be back by the time we play, say, I think TS Galaxy, and he plays TS Galaxy Cape Town City. But yeah, those are the only things that. But apart from that, great performance, and I felt sorry for Esquivel. He had one of those games where you can't just like he was off, but every player has that type of game. Like everything you touch, it doesn't go your way, And I've played soccer, and I've had those types of games as well. So I felt sorry for him, But yeah, I'm not gonna begrudge him over that performance. He's played really well in recent weeks, man. We are playing Royal AM on Saturday, man, and on Tuesday as well. And they are getting dragged into that relegation battle. They are currently 5 points ahead of Richards Bay. Richards Bay that's played a game more than them. And Royal AM's last 4 games are really, really tough. It's us, home and away, and then they play cheaper that's fighting for a top 8 spot, and then they play Swallows that's on that Leon is trying to avoid getting dragged into that relegation and playoff spot. Do you think they are in trouble of getting dragged into that relegation battle? Because I think I'm so. I think so, but at the same time, I think the 5-point cushion that they have will help them. Because I also looked at the fixtures. Richards Bay and Limona, they have quite a few difficult fixtures, so I think they will just survive. Your thoughts?
Look at their last 4 games. They scored 1, they conceded 7, and then they dropped 9 points. Yes, they dropped 9 points. They collected 1 point, and then in those games, Richards Bay collected points, and then they lost 1, I think. So it's a matter for in this league, 5 points. It's those points that can be swiped or wipe around so easily. So I feel like they are not doing enough to find themselves avoiding being in the playoffs, relegation playoffs. If they don't collect the maximum points in the last 4 games, and then on the other side, Richards Bay, they are not losing their games, even though they are facing tough games. It puts them under pressure to say, now we have to convert every encounter that they're facing into a must-win game. And they are playing 2 games against us now. We are playing a Sundowns that is very hard to crack at the back. It's very hard to play against. So 6 points, it's already in jeopardy to say, how can we get that 6 point? That's Sundowns. And then you get their next fixtures, of which they can salvage 6 points or 4 or 5 points in that matter. So they are not in a good shape whereby I feel they can overcome this, because they are not scoring and they are conceding more. So it's a case of they have to shut at the back and then try to open at the front and get the goals. And that, for you to get that, he has to work collectively from the back to the middle to the front. Everything has to be in sync. And then currently, I'm not seeing any of that. They are just a disjointed team. Nothing is working around. And I'm also surprised. Matuka ball was one of those balls that was exciting. You'd really be in a way that you want to watch Matuka ball. But currently, it's not working out. We don't know if ever it's like things that are internal or whatsoever, but they are very in a state whereby it's very hard for them to collect 6 points easily. Like winning 2 games in a row, it's something that's very difficult for them to do at the moment.
Yeah, and I think I know where to pin their problems, where they started from, man. And yeah, are their struggles down this season? Are their struggles down to the transfer bans that they got early in the season, as well as midway through, that had to do with the unpaid transfer fees to Nokovic, as well as a non-payment of compensation to Nascimento? Because I think so. I think their struggles are down to exactly that, because they couldn't reinforce their squad in key areas. They lack serious depth. They have in key areas, in central defense, in central midfield, as well as up top, in attack. I mean, they have 3 strikers who have the same profile. Sarah, George, as well as who's the Matupu. They have the same profile, So I think they have themselves to blame for the predicament that they find themselves in right now. Do you share the same sentiments, Malumzoro? It's all down to the transfer ban.
Yes, I think it's both actually for me. The coaching in their squad has dropped. As I've mentioned already, Matuka was one of those balls that you wanted to see. You wanted to be glued, take a seat on your couch and watch Matuka ball, but it hasn't been that again. And then we look at the factor of them being banned from signings, and then they had to go and look from their development side and bring those players and try to adjust to the league. And then at that point, you are adjusting with inexperienced players, so results won't be coming as the way you want them. So it was a big factor for them. The admin side of them fumbling all those things, not to pay Nukovic, and also going up and down of not settling everything. So the FIFA ban did take a huge toll on them. It did take a huge margin of points for them.
Yeah, and we headed to the final game block of the season, Malums. The last 5 games of our DStv Premier League season. We are facing Royal AM, home and away, followed by Steelers away, Galaxy away, and we end the season with Cape Town City at home. I actually think we seem to always play them in our last game of the season or the game before our last one, man. How many points do you think we'll collect from the last game block?
Double digits. But I cannot say how many points, but it's definitely double digits.
Okay, the good thing about double digits is that we actually break our points record, yeah, that we set many seasons ago. I think we'll get 6 points from Royal EM. I think we'll draw Steelers. I think we'll beat Galaxy as well as Cape Town City. I feel like Cape Town City are already in off-season mode, so I don't think they will bring anything in this game. So I think we'll accumulate 13 points from our last game block. Getting into the GameStar Onale Royale, what can we expect from both games, Malums?
Well, they are interesting side, you know. They form up in a 4-2-3-1, and then when they attack, it goes to a 3-5-2. They are looking much into using the width when with Thabo Matlaba adding the numerical superiority into their midfield. So they're a team that looks to be exciting. You know, you'd love to play them when you preview or go and check their past matches on how they approach the games. I hope it also comes the same thing to with Asuka Sundowns. Them trying to play the game, just let the flow of the game to come and live up. You know, I saw them against Pirates, or saw the game also against Arrows, and the game also against Cape Town Spurs. And the last one was a super spot that I went to check. You know,
Sport, yeah.
so they use the width. That's where most of their strength comes from. They use the width, trying to find a St. George or your Makub, but their main target now is St. George. So you'd find Matlaba occupying the wide spaces, and also on the other side, it's you find Hopewell Qele, who's have a good energy, who turns out their matches whenever he's brought on, you know. And then also you get to see Bomasugu also creating those overloads on the sides, and then but mostly their strongest, it's just like to use the whip the cross inside. On the central channel, you don't find much of them. They always drift on one side, either using their right hand side or their left hand side. But mostly it comes from their left hand side, where their crosses comes from your hope trader. So we should be expecting more of them coming to pin either our left back, because you know our right back, you don't much get to play around that side. So they'll be trying to use the width, and then with their midfield, not much of the strength, but there are two pivots. They do play, but not at the level that can hurt us. But in most sense and the most possible way, it's them whipping those crosses, trying to play behind us. And also another threat that we should be looking at, it's Matlaba. Matlaba, you know, you don't have to give him space and time. That guy, once he has space and time in front of your box, he's very good. He will find you the target where it is, you know. So those are the points whereby I think they can hurt us, you know.
Yeah, no, great points, Malums. Great points as always. Now we'll just add here and there, man. I think they will approach these games two different ways. I think in the first game they'll be more conservative, you know, away from home, and in the second game, I think they will be more offensive because they know if they drop 6 points in two games, they are in trouble. But with at the same time, I expect total dominance from Sundowns in both games. I mean, we dominated a team playing a man down. And I think this team, man, misses the dominant figure. Shadrack Kubedi, the former Bloemfontein Celtics MDC captain, man, and he hasn't been playing in recent weeks. You know, he hasn't been starting. You know, which surprises me because I think Shadrack is a very good player, man. You feel his presence when he plays in the middle field. The other thing is this team, man, defensively they are very weak. They are really, really poor. They've conceded the second most goals in the league after Spurs. They've conceded 39 goals. So I think it will be easy for us to play through them and create chances. We just have to bring our goal scoring boots to both these games because I think once we won't have much trouble breaking their defense, you know, and getting behind them. And most of our opponents' best chances come from almost one type of play, similar type of play, playing the ball behind our defense because we play a very high line. We saw in numerous chances ours as well. They came from that, you know. And Royal AM have this movement that I do not know what they do. I don't think it's a third man run, you know, but they just get behind, they play the ball behind your defense and have play forwards sprinting towards your goal. They did it against Golden Arrows. I think it was in the first half where they ended up with 4v2, ne? And they fluffed it. The guy, I can't remember who it was, who tried playing the final pass, took a wrong decision, and Mahlasela absolutely lost it with him. They had a similar type of move against Pirates, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that's where their best chance will come from in both games. Then the other thing that you mentioned, the danger at Thabo Matlaba, I think we need to keep Thabo in the white space. Do not let him get into that half space where he can find positions where he can take shots at goal because he's very good with both left and right. And then one more thing I think we need to do in this game, it has nothing to do with tactics. We need to clean the yellow cards. Allen. He can miss game next week, but he needs to get booked in this game, you know, so that he's able to play the games leading up to what do you call this? The cup final. So I think we will win both games, but the approach from our opponents won't be the same. And I think we'll take from where we left off gaming here, our last game against Royal AM, where we just impose our game on the opponent, you know. Your lineup?
I will keep Ronwen Williams, Mudau.
He's suspended.
Oh, he's suspended.
Yeah.
We'll bring Zuko. We're gonna. Ronwen is suspended. Bring me your legend, your all-time. What is it? He has 11 league titles. Yeah. Onyango. I'll have Mudau. I'll have Mashiho. And then Rivaldo and Mvala. And then I'll bring Blesser and your Allende and Aubrey Modiba. And then I'll have Lodge, Zwane and Shaduli.
Okay, all right. Now I'll have Masinde as well. I'll bring back Mdunyela for this one and then have Ubas in that position near River where he pushes into midfield. I'll have Mvala and Mudiba. Have him, and also I'll have Mudiba inverting. So in most cases, you'll find it's a 2-2 with the two, yeah, Mdunyela as well as Mvala and Ubas Mudiba getting into midfield. I'll have Blesser, Allende, and Mayema. And my front three will be Matthews, Shalulile, and Lodge. Give me prediction ya Saturday or Tuesday, Malums.
Saturday, what 2-0, my brother, on Saturday, and then away. I think we're just gonna come back with 0-1.
0-1. All right.
Yes.
I wanted us to win 4-0 in our last game. I'm sticking with that prediction here 4-0. I think we will win 4-0 Komoripe, and then Teriguala away. I think we will win 1-2, man. And yeah, man, that's it. That's another installment of the Yellow Corner, guys. Thank you for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Apologies for not engaging on the comments section in the previous preview, man. One had way too much on his plate, so it was really difficult to keep up with everything. So yeah, promise to engage in the preview of this one. The next time you'll see us will be next week Thursday when we bring you the preview of our game week 28 as we go back to Stellenbosch to tackle Stellies again. Until then, sharp Masandawana, sharp Maloops.
Thank you so much, people. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and let's go this channel together. Kabuyelo Masandawana.
Hey,